Hey guys, what's up? What's happening? I hope we're all well. Welcome back to a new video, and today we're talking about the present moment. And how do we know we're actually in the present moment? When is the present moment? Is there a specific place to be in the present moment? Is there a time to be in the present moment? So the present moment is constant. Every moment is present. And I saw a post today on a spiritual page on Facebook. It's very, very interesting. Some of the subjects I've already covered on my channel, but one of the questions was about how do I discover that present moment? You know, what is the present moment? And it's it's an interesting concept, and my present moment will be totally different to your present moment, but it's also one and the same thing. And there's a lot of spiritual leaders that talk about being in the present moment, and I talk about it a lot on this channel as well. But how do we actually know that we're in the present moment? You know, it's kind of illusory, really, because over time as well, your concept of the present moment will change. It will alter. So my concept of the present moment 5 or 10 years ago is totally different to my concept of the present moment now. And in another 5 or 10 years, it'll change again. It will alter as my awareness or my journey deepens, and so does that connection to the present moment. And one of my clients that I worked with quite a while ago, we were going through a meditation. If you're not aware, I am a meditation coach and teacher, as well as a Reiki practitioner and teacher, and do hypnosis. But that's my little self-plug there. Get in touch if you need to. All my links are always below in the descriptions box. But when I was working with her through a meditation, we were guiding through a meditation, or I was guiding her through a meditation, and I just used the words, how many times a day are you actually aware of your breath? How many times a day are you actually aware of your breathing? And that is one of many ways of connecting to the present moment. And that's why a lot of meditation practices always begin with the breath and the breathing, because it really helps to harness and bring you into that central point, and deepens your connection to the present moment. Because the present moment is ever present. It's always there, and it always will be. And it's really our human perception and our human conditioning of the human mind that will try to put, I suppose, a meaning to it. And because we're all one of the same, and because we're all connected to that one consciousness, and our spark, our light, our soul, our spirit, our Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, because it's all one and the same, every present moment is actually exactly the same. But like I said earlier, it's just our perception and our human mind that will alter that for us individually, because we are also individual. But if we just break down and think about the word present, the word present can mean a lot to many different people. You know, so present, sometimes you talk about present, we think about maybe a gift giving, you know. So being in the present is actually a gift to you. It's a gift to yourself. You're giving yourself that gift of time, that gift of, it's not, the thing about the present moment is it's not time. It's not something we can conceptually say that the present moment begins here and ends there, because it is ever present. That's the thing. That's the thing about it. That's why it's so illusory, because it just always is. So you can't say that, oh, now I'm in the present, now I'm in the present, now I'm in the present, because you are always and forever shall be in the present moment with your spirit and with your human being. So the present is like it's giving. So you can think of it as a gift. You can think of it as giving. So you're giving that gift of that essence of being in that presence to yourself, but you can also give your presence to somebody else as well. You can also, if you're a therapist, or if you're a healer, or if you do readings or anything, you're giving that person your presence. You're giving them your acknowledgement, your space, your light. You're giving that to them, to be able to use it and harness it in their own way, and they can feed off any information that you give them or what they feel from you. So it goes both ways on that respect. But the present moment as well is also, it's timeless. There isn't a limit to it. It's always there, and it's the human conditioning and the human mind, the ego, the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings, everything that we deem is us is what creates us. Even though we're not humans having a spiritual experience, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And that's why it's quite hard to try and put it into context and put it into words, because in a spiritual context, it just is, and our spirit and our soul understands that. From a human context, the majority of people can't get their head around it. They can't get their head around that there is no such thing as time. There is no such thing as space when we're talking about presence and consciousness, because it all just is. And again, that's part of the human conditioning. The people that will question that they've got that element of ego because they haven't done the work that they need to get through, the shadow work, or any element of that. So we have to come away from the concept of time, even though that's our kind of like human structure of what we have to work around. We have to be here for that time, we have to be there for that time, I've got work at this such and such time. But the present moment isn't confined by the structures of time. So that's the other side of when you run a spiritual life, and you're living a spiritual existence, which we all are, to some degree. Then that is the gift itself, is knowing that time is illusory as well, as is the present moment. But being present as well can also have the meaning of being focused. So if you're giving your time to yourself, you're giving this spaciousness to yourself to be in what you class as your present moment, then you're giving that to you. You're being focused in that time, in that moment. And you're also giving that focus maybe to another person or a group of people that you're giving a talk to or a seminar to, or even me making this video. I'm holding this space to be in that essence of the present moment. The words come, the words go, and it's just when you're in that flow and you're in that space, then there is no conceptual thing that you can say, because you don't really think about it. It just flows through, and it's just part of your being. It's your understanding of it. It's my understanding of it. And then we're also, when we think of the word present, we're here now. So being present is just to be there. So you're focused on whatever you're doing. You're focusing on the task at hand. You're focusing on your job. You're focusing on your family. But there's also, because a lot of that takes us away from what the conceptual idea of the present moment is, many people will say that the present moment is, you can only find the present moment during meditation. Well, no, that's not right, because the present moment is always present. It's always there. That's why it's called the present moment, because it always is. And it's a really, really interesting concept to think about and to talk about. And I think if I was to make a video and really go into it, I don't think it would ever end. It would be timeless, like the present moment. It would just continue and it would just go, because there's so much. You can only conceptualize so much of what you feel the present moment is within so many minutes or whatever duration of time there is in the day. But how do I reach my present moment? So again, for me, again, I'm only human, so there is, obviously, life has an effect, and it can take you away from what can be deemed as that nice space, that open space, that present moment space of where you're just in this place of just sheer awareness and consciousness, and everyday life, you go to work, you do your job, you do this, you do that. It can take you away from that, so you're not always aware of the present moment as such, but you are already in it, and I am already in it. But I like to find that moment just to connect to me, to myself. And again, it always begins with just breathing, just going into the breath and taking that breath and going deeper with the breath and moving deeper into my body, deeper into what I'm feeling, deeper into, and as you start to relax and calm the body and calm the mind, you become more aware of thoughts. Thoughts start coming and going because that's just what the brain does. It expands and it releases things that need to be released. So for me, meditation is the best way to connect, I suppose, on that level to what we would call the present moment, in air quotes. But yeah, it's always here and it's always now. So there is no way of saying that, oh, now I'm in the present moment, because it always just is. And I can't really go any further with that, because I would just be repeating myself over and over and over again, because for me, that is my conceptual idea of the present moment. But we can't, again, that's part of the conditioning, that we have to put our thoughts and our feelings into it, of what we deem to be the present moment. But for some, it probably be much deeper, and have a better, some people might have a much better explanation of what the present moment is. But I just wanted to put that out there because I thought it's a really, really interesting concept, and it's something that gets talked about a lot. But how do we actually know when we're in it? And you usually find that when you are in it and you are aware of the present moment, you'll be aware of your breath, you'll be aware of all your thoughts and all your feelings, you'll be really, really calm, you'll connect to your intuition, you'll connect to your heart space, you'll just feel an openness internally. And that's when you connect deeper to your consciousness, to your essence, to your spirit. You just feel a lightness. And the more you do it, the more you connect to that, the more you heal on some level internally, because you feel that lightness and the light is shining through a little bit at a time. And if you're starting this journey from a heavy place of conditioning, of ego, of shadow and things like that, then it will take a long time. There will be a lot of stuff that comes up, because when you enter these places, it shines a light on various aspects of you that you need to be aware of at some point. You need to be able to heal, and that the present moment is an extremely healing place to be, because it's connecting to your soul, it's connecting to your spirit. It's a really, really beautiful place to get to. And there's many masters, I'm sure, that will get there, and again, their idea, I suppose, of the present moment will be so different, and probably even more simplified than mine, because currently, I suppose I trying to explain things more, whereas there is no explanation for it really. Like I say, it just is. It's just always there. So just a few thoughts. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it's given some insight into what, where, how, where, when the present moment might be. But again, it'll be totally different in your reality to what it is to mine. But I hope you've had something from this video. I hope you've enjoyed. Do check out all my links below for my socials and things like that. and also my website will be below in the descriptions box. And also, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, because it all helps for the channel to get noticed and helps with the YouTube algorithms. But until the next video, much love, do take care of yourself. Namaste and bye for now.